This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
The political leader with the most experience fighting the Chinese Communist Party, first successfully and later much less so, was nationalist leader Chiang Kai-shek. After the Japanese invasion of Manchuria in 1931, Chiang was under enormous pressure to declare war on the Empire of the Rising Sun. He refused, arguing that before the Japanese could be driven out of China, the communist rebellion must first be put down. First internal pacification, then external resistance, he insisted. Even when the Japanese launched a major offensive in Shanghai in 1932, he threw his best divisions into the fray, but in the end refused to be drawn into an all-out conflict. The Japanese are like a disease of the skin, Chiang later explained to his restless army commanders, but the communists are like a disease of the heart. By this he meant that the Japanese, with their powerful navy, could seize China's coastal cities almost at will, but they simply didn't have the manpower or resources to take and hold the vast and heavily populated interior of China over time. He knew they would eventually be forced by time or circumstances to leave, although he couldn't have known that China's liberation would not be accomplished until 1945, only after the blood of nearly 500,000 Americans, and many times that number of Chinese, had been spilled. The Communists, on the other hand, already controlled vast stretches of the Chinese heartland, and Chiang was familiar enough with their fanaticism to know that, unless their Red armies were completely annihilated, they would continue to struggle until they were victorious. It was to be a battle to the death. You die, I live, as the Chinese say, for the very heart of China. In the end, the disease of the heart that Chiang had warned about did indeed prove fatal to his own nationalist government, and with its retreat to the island of Taiwan, died the dream of a free and democratic China. Chiang Kai-shek's remarkable metaphor can be used to illustrate the severity of the threats that America faces today. There are, as it turns out, a range of dangers that qualify as diseases of the skin. The radical Islamists clearly fall into this category. They will indeed fight to the death, but with their failing caliphates and their limited appeal even within the Muslim world itself, it is they who will die. Terror attacks, however much fear they may sporadically generate among the population, are a sign of weakness, not of strength. Any tactic that results in the death of your most committed followers is ultimately self-defeating. At the end of the day, such attacks, however deadly they prove to innocent bystanders, pose no real danger to the world order America and the West have built. Iran and North Korea are greater threats. A nuclear-armed Iran would threaten the Sunni Arab nations and jeopardize the very existence of Israel. In fact, the mullahs openly speak of using nuclear weapons to usher in the reign of the 12th Imam. As far as North Korea's nukes and missiles are concerned, these already constitute a serious threat to our allies in East Asia. That Kim Jong-un is additionally seeking, with help from across his country's border with China, to acquire the ability to strike at the American homeland should give us all pause. But it would be a mistake to write off the madman of Pyongyang as criminally insane, since he may be banking on his new weapons systems to intimidate the United States and its allies into trying to buy him off again, a ploy that his father successfully used against both the Clinton and Bush II administrations. Neither country, however, constitutes an existential threat to the continued existence of the Republic. Both are clearly diseases of the skin. Both are able to inflict serious injury on their near neighbors, to be sure, but not to the world as currently constituted.